So after the Zoom call, we'll go back 2 weeks.
After the Zoom call, I had a dream with Anissa in it. And we were on 2 skyscrapers, and I was on the other end. And I could see her, but she couldn't see me. I was trying to wave at her, get her attention. I was like, yo. I was like, hey. She was yelling at her. She couldn't hear me. There was a lot of people on the on both the skyscrapers. My parents just happened to be there. I was like, yo, you see this sister over there? And my pops was like, no, I don't see her. I was trying to point her out, and I was like, yo, I gotta go get her. And he was like, go get her then. So I'm running down the skyscraper trying to get on hers, and I'm going up a whole bunch of elevators and stairs, a whole bunch of people up there. And that's how the dream ended. I never got to the top, but it was just that the struggle of getting up all those elevators and stairs and escalators and all those. I think that was the point of the dream, is that I would have to go through a lot to get to her. And most definitely did. Most definitely did.
But that's why I wanted you to say the dream, because it's going to be very significant for the rest of the vibe.
Why?
So, once had a dream, I go to tell my father about this man that I would like to court. Didn't go so well, because my dad is stubborn and he hates everyone. So, yeah.
As he should.
Yeah. So if y'all haven't seen, there's a interview that I did with my dad, a Q&A that I did with my dad sometime last year or January or something like that. And my dad was very specific about the type of man that he wants and all this stuff. And the wild thing is, the stuff that he said in there is all the stuff that Justin actually had. My dad actually did a prayer for me to get married, like last June. He did it several times. And he was praying for my husband to come, and out loud though, which was very awkward, because my dad has never prayed for any man to come in any of his daughter's lives.
Pause your screen real quick, because this is so sweet. My dad sent this to me 3 weeks before I met Justin.
So the fact that he did that and then it wound up happening just like a couple months later, and he didn't see like, hey bro, your prayer is coming to life. He was just struggling with me actually. Growing up, because I'm baby girl, I'm Nene, Pee-wee, all the little nicknames. I wind up actually being able to, I won't necessarily say be able, because I was always able to do a thing. My dad wanted me to wait 5 more months to sign my papers. He wanted me to wait till the end of the summer, to like all the way to like November to sign my papers. And that was not going to work for me at all. So I compromised at the 3-month mark, and and I signed my papers May 16th. My mother didn't file them until May 22nd. So it was just a waiting game. It was a heavy freaking waiting game. And then after I signed my papers, we saw each other our first
week of June.
June 5th, right?
Somewhere around there.
Yeah. So go ahead.
So so I end up getting we already knew she was gonna sign them papers. So I was already like, let me look at these flights, because these flights was crazy. These prices was high. So we was checking up the ticket prices, and I got it when it was really low. So I got it super early. So I was like, inshallah that she signed them papers, because I already paid for the ticket. It was not refundable. So we had already had that ticket ahead of time. Just hoping that everything would go well. So I got it.
The thing doing tutti frutti? What?
Yeah, you gotta take that out.
What did I take out?
When I started stuttering.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What
had booked the flight. Told my parents, I'm like, yo, I'm about to go to New York. They were like, oh, okay. They was excited, but they was kind of like, you going to see this sister in New York by yourself? So they was like, I don't know. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take this flight. You know, now I prayed about it for a long time because I'm not the type of person to fly out to see nobody. So I was like, all right, let me pray about it. You know, if everything goes well, then I'm gonna go ahead and do it. So I got the answer. I like, everything's going well. So I need you to go ahead and take this flight. So I took the flight, you know, in faith that everything will work out. Yeah, we went on our first date, walked around New York.
I got to you 2 hours late.
2 hours late. I was out there sitting out there by myself in New York.
In the blazing sun.
Blazing sun. But thankfully, the food was great.
Yes.
So I was definitely hitting up all the food spots, all the food, what you call them?
The truck?
Yeah, the little trucks, hitting up all the food trucks while I was waiting. Thankfully, they had let me in the hotel early, so I went in there, took a quick nap. I was tired. I was tired after that flight, so I took a quick nap, got dressed, got myself ready, and she pulled up in the car, and I was like, yo, she's small as hell. Well, I ain't gonna say small as hell, but I was like, yo, she is small. She's like 4'11", she's tiny. Like this. I was like, yo, dang, she is short. She looked much taller on the videos, but family, hey. She a little person. Alright? She a little person. I'm like,
whatever.
I'm literally standing over it like this.
Oh, I come up to here on Justin.
I'm like, I'm looking down like, dang, what is this?
Very tiny.
Very tiny.
Yes.
So yeah, we went on naps. So I was like, dang, I don't know. I ran hit my family. I was like, I don't know how this gonna work out. She's small. I'm gonna break her.
Cause he a mean 200.
I'm 200 pounds.
200.
So I'm like, I don't
And
know.
I'm sitting 198.
I don't know. She's small. I don't know how this gonna work. Well, we went on our date. We was walking around, you know, eating food, talking. I was like, okay, this is going quite well.
And our courtship, the first time of our courtship, chaperones. You do have chaperones in recording.
You ain't going out on no dates by yourself.
You are not, you know.
Get that in your mind. People will be right beside you.
It's very beneficial. They don't be all up in your business. They do keep some distance, but they keep close enough to make sure that y'all ain't kissing, touching, feeling, and far enough so that y'all can talk about what y'all need to talk about. Because you are gonna, like, especially as the courtship progresses, you're gonna be talking about personal stuff. And it's not everybody's business.
And it does help out. It does help out a lot to have chaperones anyway, because it makes you have good conversations. Because obviously you can't talk about any and everything because somebody is right there. So you're like, okay, well, let me make sure I need to talk about what we need to talk about and ask the right questions. So it is good to have them chaperones. So it is a good thing, even though it's a little weird. But it does get the job done for sure.
Yeah, because we got married in what 5-6 months after that. Yeah. So it definitely gets a job done. It saves a lot of time on the quote unquote dating scene because you get straight to asking the proper questions, talking about the right things, and it demystifies, like,
it allows you to ignore the red flags. You can't ignore these red flags.
Can't ignore
them while you court.
Yeah.
Because it is what it is at that point.
Absolutely.
Can't ignore the red flags.
And the red flags show up very red. Very red. But if you're having the proper conversations, even when the red flags do show up,
you're able to address it.
You get
literally right.
Exactly.
Right there.
It's not no like, well, let me just kiss him. And then we never talk about it. It's like, well, we can't do nothing but talk about
talk.
This stuff that we got going on.
Literally, we was FaceTiming and going on dates and talking. That was it.
That's it.
That is it.
Yeah. My baby has
shout out to my sister and brother-in-law.
They're greatest. Yes. And then Atia and Khalid, because they were the other half of our chaperones that night.
Go ahead. No, you got a little more in you, Khalif. You've been doing all them weights. Come on
know
now.
if I can make it.
Don't do it like that. You ain't gotta do it like that.
Everything was great. We had hot dogs off the corner. And then we had ice cream. No, then we had Chipotle. And we did have ice cream.
We have ice cream.
I had chocolate ice cream. We got ice cream that day.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, it was just me. No, you got ice cream too. You got it on the cone.
On a cone?
Mm-hmm. No, I got a cone. No, I got a cone. You got the spoon thing. I got a cone. But we got ice cream. We did.
We got ice cream?
Yes. While Malika was in Chipotle.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yes. So, yeah, we had the hot dogs, we had Chipotle, then we had ice cream, and then that night we had Italian salmon, pasta, something. It was
pretty good.
Quite delicious.
It was pretty good.
And I think that was it. And then the next day, I got sick, and I threw up. I threw up everything on the side of the road twice. And I sent him a picture. And I was like, dang, it would be me to have my first courtship date and throw up and be sick the next day. Now in my mind, of course, everything is like a sign, like, oh God, see, no, this is not supposed to happen. But it wasn't a sign. I just should have never ate that day.
You were sick after? Was you sick that morning?
I was sick
before I got
morning.
to your fam's house?
I started getting sick. Oh no, and the next day, oh my God, I forgot.
Yeah.
And then the next day he came to my sister's house to be able to be my father and all this stuff like that, my mom. And we had breakfast. We had waffles, and we had like Mediterranean sausages. We had fruit, and we had eggs, and we had dinner rolls, and we had all the things. And it was 1,000 degrees outside, and my body was just simmering in juices. I had yet to move a bowel, so everything from the day before and that day was just in there. By the time he left, everybody was sick. We were all sick. Kyrie was sick. The babies were sick. We were sick. And then this was the following day. So I went to sleep that day. We woke up so we could go back home. And then that's when I threw up in the car.
You threw up in the car?
I threw up, outside the car. But we was on the side of the road. I was like, Mom, you have to stop the car right now. And she was like, why? Stop the car! I mean, the second the door opened, it was so much throw up too. It was so much throw up. And then I just kept throwing up. I threw up 2 times on the road, and then I threw up again when I got home.
I was good. I was good, family.
Just because you pooped.
I enjoyed that.
You moved the bowel.
Did I? I don't think I pooped that weekend.
You don't think so?
Nah. I don't normally be pooping when I be traveling.
Hotels and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. My stomach don't be feeling the vibe.
Yeah.
You know? Sit on that toilet, be like,
very questionable.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I definitely pooped when I got back.
It's very good.
Yeah.
How did you feel when I told you I was sick?
I mean, I felt bad. I'm like, dang, I pushed her to eat this food.
Aww.
And now you throwing up.
And I was in bed for like 2 days after that because I had wound up having a headache, all types of stuff. I was so weak and I lost so much weight. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I feel bad.
It was terrible, actually. It was terrible. Dang, I forgot all about that. Yeah.
But you wanted to eat. You was like, I'm trying to eat.
did.
I was like, all right, well.
I wanted to eat and we ate all of it. I didn't realize we did.
All right, we're gonna eat then.
I don't regret it. Search for good memories. Search for a good YouTube video.
We had a good time.
Yeah.
I think all of our dates and everything had a good side and a bad side. Terrible.
Why do you think so? All of them?
All of our dates, something went crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the next one? The next one was when.
Next one was you came.
Yeah, I came
Charlotte.
out there, out here.
Yeah.
What went bad that day?
I'm trying to think. Charlotte.
Oh, the fact that my mama wanted to come so bad, and
Your
she
mom
was
did
like, yeah, and she was like, I don't think that you should go. And I'm like, well, the flight is already booked. And she was like, well, tell him to cancel. I'm like, Mom, I'm not telling him to cancel that flight. Well, I can't call off work, and I don't think. I was like, well, you don't have to go. Like, my parents they were struggling really, really hard with this courtship because it's like, oh, Anissa, I'm the last one to leave the house. That's very hard on parents that have been parents with someone in the house for 30 plus years. Like, dang, if this goes well, she's gonna leave, and now it's just us, and we've always been parents. Like, my mother's been a parent since she was 17 years old. So it's like being a mom, and my dad's been a dad since he was like early 20s. So that's all they knew was like being a mommy and a daddy. So yeah, they took the courtship very, very hard. My mother was acting like she wasn't taking it hard, and she was like being all buddy with Justin, but she was treating me like hell. Like, she was just struggling so bad. And I would just be talking to Malika like, yo, call your mother, because she's giving me problems. And my dad wasn't feeling it. Nobody was feeling it but me and him. And my sister was like, yeah. Shout out to Malika. And then, so I came out there. Boy, he was wearing first time when I came out here, he was wearing this velvet. I ain't seen that shirt since. He was wearing this
wear velvet.
He was wearing this velvet, like gold-ish type
like
of
this
shirt.
color.
Yeah, it was this color. Wasn't you wearing this on the Zoom and then you wanted to take it off? You wore this for the first couple minutes on that Zoom.
I don't think so.
You did, and then you took it off because I remember you going like this. You had took it off and then you came back and you was going like this, and that's when I saw that your hair was all there. You was wearing it. You was, but my sister. Then what was I at with it? Oh yeah. So he had, when I first came out to Charlotte to meet his family, because he hadn't met my family already, but he wanted me to meet his family. He pulled up, mind you, Cora's nice. Okay, he pulled up, we got like a peanut butter inside and all that stuff like that.
You talking about when you came here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he stepped out big and tall. He had some washed type of jeans on, some light blue, like washed-ish type of jeans, and this velvet goldish color, like this shirt on with like the short sleeves, so the tattoos was coming out. The tattoos was coming out. He had the necklace on, and you had some I mean, you had some Nikes on or something like that. It was very, very cute. It was giving everything. My mother was very happy. She was very pleased, and she was looking at me like. And yeah, so that kind of set the stage. So after he came in there looking like Jesus, then my mom kind of calmed down a little more and settled into like, oh, I'll accept it.
Justin.
And then after I came back home, Justin was acting funny.
What are you talking
Justin
about?
was acting funny. Justin was acting funny because I was like,
Nobody.
I'm here. Like, okay, you met my family, I met your family. I'm ready for. I'm like, at this point, I was like, okay, we finna get married. Just a matter of time of like when, right? But he was acting funny afterwards, like, you know, I just want to make sure it is. Remember, you was giving me all that jazz. Remember that?
Yeah, I wouldn't give you no jazz. I wanted to bring the parents, you know, bring my parents up, you know, introduce ourselves, because there was still a little animosity there. I just wanted everything to be clear, you know. I want her pops to feel comfortable, so I was like, okay, well, let me make sure everything's good to go, because I know I gotta ask him anyway. So let me, and men, we still doing that. We still ask the father. So want to make sure he was comfortable with me asking at that point. So so I just wanted to make another trip, make sure everything was good. So we planned another trip, and this time my parents came with me. So we went up there, drove up there. We got some family in Maryland. So we stayed in Maryland for a night, and then just drove up to her house and had a little, what do we have with dinner, breakfast?
Yeah, it was like
lunch.
breakfast.
We had like a brunch.
Yeah.
Brunch and dinner.
It was delicious. It was fish sandwiches. We had
fish sandwiches.
Woo, that thing was good. My mama did that, yeah.
Fish sandwiches was good. So yeah, we had a good time, played games, family was getting together. I was like, all right.
Get it together.
Get it together. All right. When your hair gets
Frizzy.
no.
One word or two word. Nappy.
Word.
That's racist. Tangled.
Okay.
Cat on the bridge. It's like he's an egg.
Humpty Dumpty.
Yep.
He on the wall.
Yep. Disney character.
Mickey
Long
Mouse.
hair.
Rapunzel.
Yes. It's a Christian holiday. December.
Easter. Christmas.
Yes. Go up. It's an animal with hair. It's what you got outside.
A cat.
But it's the bigger version.
Lion.
Yep.
Go up.
Okay, you fly this in the air.
Airplane.
Oh, all right, pass.
Whoops.
Nah.
You eat this all the time.
We won.
All right. That's a good sign.
Tell them what you had already had.
What?
When you came up there.
What you mean?
You had already had something when you came up there. You had already bought something.
Oh yeah. So I had already bought the ring. I already knew it was going in the right place. So I had already bought the ring just to kind of get it together. And just in case I was gonna ask her then. But
You was just in case gonna ask me then?
just in case, if the time was right.
I did not know that.
Yeah, the time was right.
Sister Crystal had told my mom.
The setting was there, then I would have asked the question then, but I was like, I don't think this is the right
It wasn't. It was not. It would have been cute, but it was not. You had it on you?
Yeah, I had it with me.
Oh, that was so
Yeah, I had it with me.
cute. Why did you get it on? I thought you just said bought it and it was like at home.
No, I had it with me. It was in my bag in the car.
That's wild.
What?
That's funny.
What
I
is
didn't
it?
know that.
Yeah, I had it on me. It was in the bag.
I'm surprised that you wasn't jittery all day or something.
Jittery from what?
Cause you potentially would have been popping a question that day at the time it was right.
I wasn't jittery because I wasn't popping the question.
When did you find out that you wasn't gonna ask?
I mean, the time wasn't there.
Okay.
I hadn't asked your pops.
Oh, okay.
They were still meeting each other, so I didn't really have chance to kind of talk to them.
Yeah.
I had talked to your mom, and she kind of asked me a few questions, and we was kind of talking. And I talked to your brother, but
It's called Everything Legendary's Black Owned. It was no soy, no gluten. And they were on Shark Tank. That's what
I didn't really get the chance to talk to your father like that. So I like the time was not really there. And then when I knew he was about to go, it was getting late.
Yeah.
We had stayed there till what?
It was like midnight.
Like 9? No, it wasn't midnight.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it was like 9:10 because I had to drive back. It was 3 hours.
Yeah, that's true.
It was a 3-hour trip back. So I think it was probably like 9 or 10. 9 or 10. And we had got back real late. So I was like, let me not rush it.
Yeah.
Let me make sure the time is right. So I was like, I'm gonna just plan another trip out there and do a little surprise. So yeah, that was it.
And I forgot to add that the first conversation that you and my dad had, my dad was not he was not playing. He recorded the entire conversation. The first conversation that you and my dad had.
Oh, okay. When I called him?
he recorded the entire 54-minute conversation and had me listen to the entire 54-minute conversation. Very clutch, because he didn't necessarily have to do that. I was listening on the other side of the door anyway, eavesdropping.
You literally heard all of our conversations.
Not all of them.
Most of them. Unless he wasn't inside the house. You pretty much heard most of them.
I was eavesdropping.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was the first and last conversation that he recorded.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Did we have a date after that? No, the next time I saw you.
You came down to Charlotte twice. We missed one.
Yeah, I came down after that one.
Yeah.
For like around my birthday. I came down there.
Mm-hmm.
And that was fun. Shout out to Brother Archer Mine and Sister Erica. That was really fun.
Yeah, had a good time. Went to the movies.
Mm-hmm.
Sat at the park, a little escape room.
And that was my first time. I thought it was so special because I was telling him how I wanted to go to an escape room, and then he had it happen. So that was really cute.
Yeah, it was a good time. We didn't win the game, but
we did. We almost did. Though.
We almost
right
did.
there.
We almost did.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a good time.
We had a really good time.
We had wings.
We gotta get them wings again.
We were the
We
wings.
had a 20 piece, and we was tearing them up by ourselves.
Hey, we was tearing the wings up.
Those were really tasty.
Oh, we played golf too.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
we did play golf, and you won, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
My mom, the cool things. Say hi.
Yeah, I was getting it in.
I was doing good up until a certain point, then I was terrible. I was fumbling really, really bad.
My family's very competitive.
Yeah, they are.
Our family is too though.
They are not.
Your family's
Well, I'm not, but they are.
Oh, yeah. I was like, anytime my family meet, we play games, anything. Like we trying to win. Trying to win. Only person that can really beat me is my stepmom. She
go with toe to toe.
She be coming after me now. Bowling, all that good stuff. She be beating me. My pops always be trying to win, but he just.
I mean, yo, and he really be thinking that he got the mathematics for it too. It's like, come on, bro.
He don't be making it cut.
He got last place at golf, and I never played mini golf before ever a day of my life. And
she was sucking at first, but she started getting it.
No, I was good at first.
Were you good at first?
I started sucking towards the end.
Oh yeah, I was sucking at first.
Yeah,
I was sucking at first. I was missing, but then I started getting them hole in one. Tiger Woods out there, dropping right in the hole. Hole in one. I did it at like 4 or 5 holes. Like 4 or 5 holes, hole in one. I was getting it in out there.
So then after that is when we both knew, like, okay, marriage is on the way. There's an engagement coming soon. Do you want to save the engagement video for another time?
What you mean?
To do, because that's a whole, remember, because my dad tried to sabotage it and all that stuff. Do you want to just do the...
He ain't trying to sabotage you.
Yes, he did! He literally tried to sabotage
I
it.
tried to sabotage it.
Oh, okay, we're going to talk about it right now then. I mean, this is going to be...
We're going to do it, this part 2.
Yeah, but it's going to be broken up. Because it's going to be broken up into a whole bunch of things. I'll probably do like a 3.
Yeah, we might as well just do the whole thing.
Yeah, do it now.
Yeah.
So, then...